Hello and welcome to my channel, Cali Legends Media. I'm going to get right into this video. This is the third time that I'm recording this video. I've made several videos like I'm doing right now, sitting in this exact same spot, using the same equipment, everything. But when I started working on this video, all kinds of things started happening. My phone started falling, the camera shut off on me, like a lot of situations arose. But now that's even helped me make up my mind more to complete this video and go ahead and shoot it out, because I was kind of thinking about whether or not I should do this. But after having a chance to get with a lot of my viewers on the comment section, and I know sometimes I don't reply. It's just that I get very busy, not only with YouTube but with life, to where I don't get a chance to get to all of the comments, or quite a bit amount of time goes by before I get a chance to answer them. But my intention is always to get to all of them. Nevertheless, I've had a chance to read them, and just a little bit that I've read and the understanding I've got, I think this video might be received by more of my viewers than I think, than I anticipated while deciding whether or not to record this. So anyways, let me start. This video, or these are going to be two stories. One involves stealing, the other one involves being addicted to chemicals, a chemical dependency problem that I had and struggled with most of my life. So this video is in no way intended to glorify thievery or the use of chemicals. Hopefully this video will make sense to somebody, even if it's just one person, and maybe one person it might really affect in a positive manner and help. And that's my intention with this video. But check it out. This is my stories. These are my stories. So somebody made a comment on the comment section, pretty much saying, like, pretty much calling me a thief, because my stories involve a lot of stealing and stuff. So I sat back and I thought about that, and I thought, where did that come from? When did I learn that behavior and start thinking that stealing was okay and a way to get what I needed or wanted in life, And I took it all the way back to being a very, very young kid, maybe in the first grade. There was these two bullies that always used to pick on me, man, and bully me. They lived about 3 houses up from where I was growing up. And they'd catch me sometimes going up the block to my cousin's house, man, and push me, and then we'd fight, and both of them would jump on me and beat me up. I'd go home all beat up, And one day my dad got me, called them two kids when he seen them walking by, told them to come in the yard, and he told me, hey, you like to beat up my son? Beat him up right here in the yard, beat him up. And I looked at my dad, he goes, you're going to fight him? I go, both of them? He goes, no, one at a time. So they didn't want to, but then finally they agreed. Okay, the big one said, okay, I'll fight him. And I fought him, and I got a lucky punch in there and dropped him on his butt. He didn't want to fight anymore after that. And as soon as he said he didn't want to fight anymore, I ran after the little one and beat him up. Then my dad made us shake hands and called all three of us to sit on the porch and gave us all a soda, a 7-Up, to sit down and drink a soda together. And during that time we talked. We ended up starting to talk more and more and started hanging around together, right? Well, these little kids already had a thing going where they'd go up to this store. It was called Lola's Market. It's now Mina's store, but it was Lola's, and it wasn't located where the Mina's is located today. It was located up the street from Lupe's Burritos. A lot of you know where Lupe's is. Very, very popular burrito stand. Anyways, you go about half a block up, headed towards where Mina's is now, and that's where Lola's store used to be. Anyways, the owner was a very old lady. She was going blind. In fact, eventually she had to close because of that. And she was getting ripped off left and right. People going, and you'd have to tell her what bill you were handing to her, and what items you were getting, so she could figure out the cost. And then she knew what boxes in her cash box had the ones, the fives, the tens to give you your change. People would go in there and lie. Give her a $1 bill, say it was a 20, get their items for free plus extra money. You know, she had to close down. She just didn't have nobody to help her. Anyways, these kids would go in there, these two bullies, and they would steal candies and gum and potato chips, you know, sodas, whatever they want, ice creams, and they took me with them, and they showed me, you know, that how to do it, how the lady couldn't see good, and you know, how to get whatever we're gonna get in our pockets, and then go get a 2 cents bubble gum, you know, and walk out. And we did it regularly, you know, that it became a habit of ours. You know, when we wanted a candy or we wanted to munch together, we'd go steal something, right? Anyways, eventually they showed me how to go in my mom's purse and take money from her purse, you know. And one day I got caught. So I had this habit already of stealing. From that point on, I got caught. My mom beat me up. Didn't do any good. I was still stealing whatever I wanted, I'd go and get, you know. And I was even taught as a kid that stealing fruit from your neighbor's tree was wrong, because my sisters would come, and one of my older sisters especially would come and give me Bible studies as a kid growing up, right? Anyways, so later on in life, maybe around the 6th grade, my dog, I have a dog, a black Labrador German Shepherd named Chico. Man, I love this dog to death. Anyways, my dog got real sick one day. He got so sick, we took him to the vet, and they said that he had distemper. And there was nothing they could do for him. Take him home, keep him comfortable. So when a dog has distemper, they don't like to drink water, you know. I guess rabies is something similar. They don't like water. Anyways, I was always trying to get my dog to drink water. I'd sit the bowl in front of his mouth for him to drink. He wouldn't drink. He wouldn't eat. It had already been days. Anyways, my mom would take me to church, you know, here and there. She'd go to a Christian church, take me to church with her whenever she could get me to go. And I learned different things there while I'm there, you know. Anyways, this day that my dog's looks like he was not going to make it through the night. Man, I hit my knees and I prayed for that dog like nobody's business. And I knew that I had a really, really bad problem stealing things. We called it kiping back then. You know, hey, man, I'm going to go kipe that dude's bike, you know. I'm going to go to the store and go kipe, you know, some sodas and stuff. So we have some sodas. That was our word we used. Anyways, so I had said a prayer for my dog, right? And I had asked God to please let my dog live, and I would stop stealing. I won't kipe nothing anymore. I promised. I'm not kidding you. The next day, my dog was cool. He was well. Okay? Not 100%, but he wasn't leaking from his nose anymore. And when I put the bowl of water by his face, he would take a couple of laps and then lay down, you know? And he gradually got better, and he recovered completely, which distemper, the dogs don't recover. You know, usually your dog gets distemper, especially when he's that far gone. Their back legs give out. They're not eating or drinking anymore, and they got mocos hanging and babas, you know, they're done. No, my dog survived. So, man, I stopped stealing. I wouldn't steal nothing. One day, we're sleeping in my best friend's house. Lives about a block away from where my mom's house was. And we're camping in the backyard in the tent. It's summertime. It's from the 6th grade going to the 7th grade that summer. And we climb on top of this wall where we'd always go kick it and smoke cigarettes and stuff, you know. And we're up there talking, smoking, and I look down and I see this fish aquarium. It had everything, the rocks, the pump, the hoses, the filters, everything. Nice one. Looked like somebody's fish died and they cleaned it out and they put it out there in the back. Anyways, I told my friend, hey, I'm gonna go get that aquarium and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my room, right? So I jumped down, I grabbed the aquarium, and I hand it to him. I climb up the fence, get on the wall, and I jump down to his house, and he hands it down to me, right? I'm going over and I'm walking to go put it in the tent, and my little brother's coming down the block, man, on his bike, full speed. He's like, Steve, come home, come home. I says, what happened? He goes, you got to come to the house right now, hurry up, you know? And he turns around and he takes off. So there I go, I get on my bike and I take off, I go home. When I get there, my dad's standing outside and he has his jacket on the floor. And as I get closer, I could see something's under his jacket, right? And I go, what happened? What happened? He goes, Mio, I don't know what happened. He says, a car hit Chico right here in the front. And he came running in and he laid down right here. And I covered him with my jacket because he looked like he was shivering and shaking. He says, and I sent your brother to go and get you, but by the time he got back, Chico had already died. Chico's dead, you know? And I remember I got like these really, really like cold chill, and I'm thinking, man, I bet you it's because I stole that aquarium, you know? The way my dad described it, it was probably around the same time when I jumped down there and put hands on it and I was handing it to my friend. The car probably hit him. By the time I got over to the tent, my brother was already there at the house telling me that I had to come home, you know? And that kind of like made me think about God being real and needing to keep your word when you talk to God and you ask him for things, especially when they're given to you, you know? So anyways, Chico's dead. All bets are off. I'm stealing. I'm keeping everything in sight, whatever I want, whatever I need, whatever I could get money for. I'm just not even caring, you know? God kept his end of the bargain. You know, he took my dog, you know, like I made the deal. It was my deal that I wouldn't steal, let my dog live. And I went and did the deed. And I always felt like I got my dog killed, right? So anyways, some years go by, you know, I'm going through a lot of things in life, you know. I get addicted to drugs, you know. I'm doing heroin. I'm like 17 years old. Anyways, my mom's telling me, you should go into the home. The pastor has a home. He helps people get off of drugs, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. I said, yeah, well, maybe one day, Mom. Anyways, one day I had gotten already so sick. I had never been that sick in my life, and I was tired of feeling that way, you know, waking up and you need to do something just to feel normal. You're not even trying to get high no more. You just want to get right. You just want to feel normal. You got the runs, you're throwing up and got the runs at the same time. Your nose, you got mocos hanging out of your nose, you know, just nastiness, nothing but bad. Your bones are aching, you know. You're all stressed out because you got to get something, you know. It's complete suffering, you know. I was tired of it, you know, having to go out and get the money and then go out and get something. And it's funny because when you get something, you get more sick when you have it in your hand until you get it in, you know. That's like the worst time. Anyways, I'm tired of it all, man. And you know, I told my mom, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go in, right? So I'm in the home. It's like my second day, and I was so sick that I'm ready to leave. But I said, before I leave, I'm going to pray that nothing happens to me when I leave, you know? And I go in the room by myself, and I hit my knees, and I start praying to God, right? And I said everything. I was so sincere when I was saying my prayer, but I was done praying already, and I'm ready to go now. I'm like, I probably even... like I just can't wait to get what I gotta get and do what I gotta do. But something told me to not get up, to stay there on my knees. And I even told myself, I'm done praying. What am I gonna stay here for? And something told me, just be quiet and receive, right? and I stood still, had my eyes closed. I didn't move for a very long time, and every now and then I would say something, I don't remember what, but I'd pray intermittently. And then somebody came into the room. When they came into the room, it kind of made me get up to my feet, you know? And when I did, and the guy who came in asked me when I turned around, hey, what's wrong? Are you all right? I had this stupid smile on my face, right? And I told him, yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, I'm all right. And I realized when he had asked me that I really was all right. I took inventory. I didn't feel sick. I didn't feel like I needed to go to the restroom. I didn't feel like I had a shower. I didn't feel like I had to leave. You know, I felt normal. I felt good. And I walked out, and the pastor's in the front room. And he had sent that guy in there to go check on me, you know. I didn't know at the time, but that's how that's why the guy went in there to go check on me for the pastor. But I walked out, and when the pastor seen me, he goes, hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I had that big old stupid smile still, and I told him, you know what, Pastor? Yeah, I'm okay. And you know what? Everything's going to be all right. He goes, what do you mean? I says, everything's going to be all right. I know it. He goes, I don't understand. He says, I don't either. I go, I don't know what happened. I feel good. And he goes, what? I go, yeah, I'm not sick anymore. He goes, you've been throwing up all night and all of that. What happened? You know, what do you mean you're not sick anymore? I says, I was praying and I feel good. Like, I was going to leave, but now I want to stay, you know? Like, I'm cool. I'm good. Everything's going to be all right. I just kept saying that. Everything's going to be all right. I really did feel in my heart like everything was going to be all right, you know? Anyways, I ended up staying there for, I think it was like about a month. You know, I was helping the pastor. I was doing car washes and doing, I was just participating. And I knew that it was God. What else could it have been that had delivered me from that addiction miraculously? He just took it away for free, you know? And I remembered back about Chico and how I felt then about my dog dying after me making a commitment to God, you know, that I wouldn't steal anymore. And how when the minute that I stole, what the result was, right? And I thought to myself, God's got to be real. Like, he's trying to show me something that a lot of people don't have the privilege of being shown, because not everybody has religious experiences in their life when they come to God, you know, when they come to the Lord. Not everybody feels this feeling of, that it's described as the joy of the Lord, you know, the feeling of being filled with the Holy Spirit, or any feeling at all. Some people just come and give their life to the Lord and don't have an experience like that, but still serve God wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? And me, with two things that should have opened my eyes and convinced me that this was the way for me to go, I still managed to find my way back to the mire, you know. Like they say that a dog returns to its own vomit, you know. Or you could get a pig and you could wash it nice and clean, and you let it go. It doesn't want to be nice and clean. It returns to the mire, because that's where the pig belongs. That's where the dog belongs, you know, doing things that a dog does. You know what I mean? And even though I had these experiences, I still let things that were happening to me in my life make me go back to something of the world that had been destroying my life all my youth, you know? Instead of relying on God who delivered me, I went back, and when things got hard in my relationship, when things got hard at work, and you know, all these things started happening to me. You know, my dad dying, and just everything in life that at that time just piled up on me, you know. um, I wanted relief from that feeling, from the pressures of life, just relief for a minute. And instead of going and hitting my knees and waiting for that deliverance and waiting for that answer, I went and I got me something to bring me temporary relief, and I did it. And yeah, it did. It relieved me of all of that stress and everything. I was relaxed, but it was temporary, man. And I found myself in that same vicious cycle again, you know. And I don't know if this happens with a lot of people, because I don't hear a lot of people that are able to say that they've had an experience like that where they just pray to God and got delivered from the pain of withdrawals and just felt good, like got up off his knees and felt good and refreshed and ready to do life, you know. And yet turn around when life got hard and bumpy and fell back on the same thing that was destroying my happiness all those years, you know. And it put me back in the cycle, and those are all the stories that you hear me telling, you know. And the reason why I'm telling this, I don't talk about these experiences and these things because I don't think nobody wants to hear them, you know what I mean? Like, people don't want to hear about that, you know. But regardless what I think and feel, something told me to do this video, and I'm not kidding you. This is my fourth recording. Something kept happening to my phone, to the damn holder, just my phone falling all the way down to the ground, you know, twice. One time it fell and I caught it and I put it back up and I continued my video. But the next time I missed it. It landed on the floor. By the time I got it and everything, the phone is shut off. You know, I had a black screen and just a mess. You know, I couldn't get the video done. This time it came you know, I recorded all the way through. Very, very rarely do I edit my videos. I sit here in this exact spot and I just tell my story, and then I go and I put it in and I make a thumbnail and I send it to you guys. But I thank God that I was able to get through it this time. I hope this story helps somebody. I don't know, but if you think it might, share it with somebody, you know. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thanks for staying with me. If you're still with me this far, I hope to see you on the next video. God bless you and your family. Like always, stay free. Stay strong. When I say stay strong or keep your, you know, stay up, it's like stay sober, you know. I probably have to add that in there after this, you know. But really, man, if you've managed to sober yourself up and stuff, man, don't ever think that by going back and trying a little some that it's gonna make you feel better. It's not, man. It'll creep its way back into your life and destroy everything that you have good. Trust me, you know, I know. I really do. God bless you. Thanks for watching.